and the word gets out that I put them to the back of the line, why is it that they go absolutely retarded? After I announced that Miley had to take a back seat to Ariana Grande on my list of celebrities that I was absolutely in love with, she went retarded. Same thing happened with Demi Lovato. Why? Because I give up on you, you quit? Don't do that. It's just another person has replaced you on my top list of people who I absolutely adore.
What I think is funny is, like, Bette Midler's trashing Ariana Grande now for wearing short skirts and low-cut tops. And I'm like, excuse me, I can understand why you're upset. She's doing the same thing you did. The difference is she's attractive.
And here's the thing.
Her crowd isn't
and this
gay.
is probably something that people will remember. This is probably something people will remember me, Skull, for years after I say it. What has Beth, and this is a quote that probably will, be listened to on Bob's show from me time and time again long after I'm dead. What has Beth Midler done in the last 20 years that is relevant to what Ariana Grande is doing now? What has she done?
Really?
Nothing.
Toward the gay bars. That's it.
Come on. If Beth Midler puts in a song that's as good as Break Free, the DJ remix, or fucking Bang Bang or Problem, then I'll believe that Beth Midler is relevant. But come on. Like, seriously. Come on. I mean, Ariana Grande is the closest thing that you'll get to an everyday person. She met her boyfriend on Twitter, for Christ's sake. I mean, come on.
Well, one of the big things about Ariana...
everything I've seen about her, she's down to earth. She's not like one of these flakes.
Oh, she's definitely not. I mean, it turned out, I live just down the street, a 3-minute drive away from where Ariana went to, from where she went to school. Yeah. And she was in a, and this is a big time parochial school here, made for a lot of people that have money. And my church I go to actually does their services in there on Sundays, and I didn't realize that when I read up on her that she went there and she was in.
Hey Bob, if I get you the number in my list, if I get you the number in my list of celebrities that I have for Ariana Grande, and I set up a convention at our old school, will you drive there and host it?
I would host it. I would host it if it was all set up. although the security there is getting to hate me because I'm one of those that says they try and tell me I can't smoke on the grounds there, and I'm like, what am I doing, big shot?
I mean, think about it. We set up an Ariana Grande Wacko Bob exclusive 3 minutes at your school where she goes and speaks to these young children. What we got at this convention, what we got is Bob providing security. What we got is Bob providing a host. What we got is Ariana Grande singing and promoting. What we got is Chuck Skull down there as an opening act, talking about his days as a celebrity. What we got is Jonathan Clarke doing everything he can on webcam, trying to get down there, and we can do that in between the performances of songs, doing something with that. What we got, we got so much to offer Ariana. Take us up on a convention at your school, and we'll make it happen.
Okay, well, gentlemen, I've got to head out to work. I got to punch in at midnight.
All righty.
So you guys have a good holiday. Merry Christmas and all.
Oh, definitely.
Nice to talk to you, Jonathan.
And we'll talk to see what's going to be going on New Year's Eve.
Yep. Well, unfortunately, I won't be part of the show. It'll be Larry. I'll be calling in from work when I'm on break, but I got to work that night.
Oh, okay. So yeah, it'll
time
be.
And a half, I'll take it.
Yeah, it'll be one of the Wacko Network's New Year's Eve where ABC had Dick Clarke, the Wacko Network has Larry McGinnis.
Oh man. Oh man.
And let me tell you, Larry's quite the music historian too.
Larry. I remember Larry bought a rock source. I mean, I had so many commercials done for Larry, and Larry vanished.
Yeah.
So what was the name of the school Ariana went to anyway, Bob?
Don't tell me to remember the school. I couldn't remember it to save my life. I couldn't remember that campus for anything right now. And I'm not going to go in and find it. I'm not going to go in and find it online right now because I'm outside smoking a cigarette.
Bob is taking a smoke break. This smoke break on Jonathan Clarke's Christmas special is brought to you by cigarettes, which you should not smoke because they take 5 minutes off your life every time you light one up. Have a happy Christmas and don't smoke or drink because it will fuck your life up.
Now Ariana Grande is going to say, I'll do an interview with you, Bob, but you have to quit smoking for 6 months first.
Yeah, Ariana Grande and Disney are going to be on our asses for this Christmas special.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, man. I tell you, man. But, yeah, that's the thing. People always get depressed around this time of year, and I don't know why. I really don't. Bob, I think you should quit smoking. I think, Bob, your New Year's resolution should be just quit smoking.
Believe me, I'm going to probably quit smoking. Believe it or not, after the first of the year, I'll be co-hosting with Larry the New Year's Eve broadcast. But after that, and I'll be doing the State of the Wacko Network on New Year's Day. But after that, I'm actually going to be taking another week off to basically just to rest the body a little bit, even though it's really not a week off because I still got to produce shows.
Bob, let me tell you something. We've just made international news because Bob, one of the only ones left from the 2007 radio era, has announced to us that he is quitting smoking on a Jonathan Clarke Christmas. Let's see if Bob holds to that. And let's hope that Bob does a better State of the Wacko Network than Chris Cash did State of the Wrestling Radio Network in 2007. God knows what happened to that after he stated that. I remember that. Oh, Jesus.
Chris Cash, I believe, what is he doing these days now? This is the same Chris Cash working with Vince Russo on his little deal there.
Chris Cash. The thing about Chris Cash is still doing the whole thing with the Voice of Wrestling. I think they're still on they're back on their original website. But I don't know what it is with him, because 1 minute he's doing something, and the next minute he's doing something else. It's like he can't get his head on straight. One minute he's calling me. 1 minute he's writing me up about the state of the network, giving me his cell phone number because he wants me to be on the radio network, which we bought out with Wrestling Dash Radio. When myself, Tim, and Ben Curran from Ireland bought that out in 2006, and I developed Wrestling Dash Radio along with Tim and Ben and hosted that for 6 months. Chris Cash is just an absolute clusterfuck. That's the issue with Chris Cash.
Yeah.
Oh, man. I don't know what it is with him. He thinks he's God's gift to radio, and he's just totally out there. Totally out there. He's just a totally different direction for radio that should not be.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean, with what happened with WRN, with him and all that, and even the way me and what's his name got gypped on that one, and then I tried doing a partnership with him with a new version of WRN, which again, you learned how transparent the IWC could be, and even when I worked with that guy on that one, on the second WRN, which was WrestlingRN.com, I just got to the point to where, hell with this guy. He doesn't know how to do a network. WRN went about getting the best wrestling shows on the internet to come onto their network, and they couldn't even live up to anything for them. And reality was, it was like, and you're choosing the best shows, the quote best shows, and when you really look at it, they all sounded the same. They all were pretty much one and the same, very transparent, very, very complacent, and that's why those internet wrestling networks aren't around. I haven't even checked out AudioWrestling.com to see if they're doing year-end awards, even if AudioWrestling.com is even still around. I mean, why?
The thing that turned me out about Chris Cash too was when he used to. I remember listening to it in 2006 when I was living up north for 15 months, and there was one show that he did where he did the show from his garage because Summer was his wife. I don't know if they're still together or not. His wife was doing something inside the house, and after the show was over, he took his cell phone and he went in through the back door of his house, and he actually recorded himself in bed with his wife on air. He kept the show live on air from his garage because he had his equipment set up in his garage, and he did that. He recorded himself in bed with his wife, having sex with his wife, which I found to be absolutely atrocious. And that, for me, said, okay, I don't want nothing to do with this guy. I don't want nothing to do with anybody he's affiliated with the exception of Wacko Bob, who called me depressed in 2007 saying his life was over and Bob was going to end it all because Chris Cash was fucking up his show. I remember that conversation
man.
where
I remember. Later on, I joined Wrestling-Radio.com and started to get the move going that would ultimately, because I actually knew about Blog Talk Radio and registered back then with Blog Talk Radio, and I